Hello, everybody!
Welcome back to College Crisis. My name is Rose Seivers.
And I'm Madison Livers.
And I'm Abby Powers.
And that was our lovely producer. She's going to join us on today's episode and hopefully every episode in the future that she's with us. We're excited to have her. She has a lot of opinions just like us, and we're excited to hear them.
Yes.
All right, and this is Season 2, Episode 3. Hard to believe that, the semester is almost over and we'll be entering Season 3 in the spring.
I think so.
Yeah. Let me do some math. You know what I mean?
Math.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to get into our SOS segment, Madison?
We're gonna get into our SOS segment, and I'm talking today.
I'm
talking today. So, I think an issue that a lot of young people struggle with, a lot of people in general struggle with, but I see it a lot in young people, is seasonal depression, including me. I think my biggest issue recently has been seasonal depression. The sun isn't out for as long. You're not getting as much time outside. It gets colder. The days are a little gray and stormy sometimes. You start to feel a little bit less motivated, at least in my case. And I've been struggling a lot recently with that lack of motivation, I'm going to be honest. And sometimes it's very hard. It's very hard to get out of bed and want to go to class when, the bed is so cozy and warm and the air outside is so cold. You know what I mean? So, I just wanted to extend this to everyone watching who may be going through the same thing right now. You're not alone. You're not alone at all. And EKU has a lot of resources to help you. The counseling center is available to everyone at no additional cost. Everything there is confidential. You can make an appointment with them, and that can just be between you and them. You know what I mean?
I think there's like a hotline too, like if you're having like an actual crisis. Like
oh
you
yeah,
can
of
be
course.
On the phone with them.
And you can find that information
on the website.
On their website, and there's obviously the National Suicide Crisis Hotline. I think it's 988.
That's what I was thinking.
And so, yeah, just the holidays can be a very tough time for a lot of people. We just had a lot of stress with, the election, and that's all I'll say about that. We're having Thanksgiving coming up, and, everyone's family dynamic is different. Yeah. Christmas is coming up. Everyone's family dynamic is different. Not everybody has fond memories attached to these holidays. Right. Not everybody enjoys these holidays, and they can be a hard time for a lot of people, especially we're going on winter break. We might not be around our friends as much. So I just wanted to say that I see you, I hear you, and you are not alone.
Yes.
And that's what we wanted today's SOS segment to be about.
Well.
And we hope from the bottom of our hearts that you do have a happy holiday season, but you don't feel like you have to. Okay.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everybody says happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever. If you just don't feel entitled.
Whatever your holiday is to you.
Exactly. Celebrate as you wish, or don't. Don't celebrate if you don't want to. That's awesome.
I can relate to you
way.
in so many ways, and I'm glad that you shared that because I think it's a thing that people don't talk about. Because I hate when people are like, it's too early to listen to Christmas music. But I feel like that time between like Halloween and Thanksgiving is just so depressing.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Because
it
it's
can be very
daylight
depressing.
savings time and everything, and everyone's like, well, we skip Thanksgiving, and I'm like, those few weeks are awful for me.
Yeah. And I think when you grow up, sorry, I'm like not picking my nose right now. I'm just, my nose is itchy. To the people at home, I'm not picking my nose. What was I going to say? Oh my gosh, keep saying what you were saying and I'll think of it.
The weeks that between Halloween and Thanksgiving is like really sad. Like up until Christmas time, that's when I'm like happy.
I remember what I was going to say. As we get older, I think, the magic of Christmas kind of dissipates. And the harsh reality of like, oh, okay, this is just another day.
See, but
it can get to you. Well, I'm glad you love Christmas, Rose. I'm really glad you love Christmas, Rose. But not everyone does.
You're right.
And the holidays they get harder when you get older and you're not just a kid opening presents on Christmas anymore.
You're absolutely right.
And, families disagree and families have problems. And I'm not venting. I'm just saying. I think we can all agree that we should give each other a little extra love in these days. And nobody can't benefit from that. You know what I mean?
Give the people around you a little grace.
Exactly. Be nice to people, guys. Seriously. All right.
It costs nothing to be kind.
Exactly.
All right. On a depressing note, would you like to get into our Reddit? Am I
the a-hole? I would love to. All right.
I thought we were allowed to say that word now.
Can we get a... Okay. Am I the asshole on Reddit? I've been waiting.
We have found out that we are allowed to semi cuss.
We're not going to be dropping F-bombs every other sentence,
No.
but let's give the Reddit its proper name.
Let's give the
It's
people
Am I
what
the
they
Asshole?
want.
Alrighty. This is a post from NoAstronaut8118. Am I the asshole for refusing to give my younger cousin my college fund because she quote-unquote needs it more?
Oh, no.
I, 24 female, graduated college 2 years ago, thanks in large part to a college fund that my parents have been saving for me since I was little. I feel incredibly fortunate for that, and I worked hard to make the most of it by getting good grades and finishing on time. My younger cousin, 20 female, on the other hand, dropped out of college last year after failing a few courses. Now she's planning to go back, but the issue is that she used up a good chunk of her own college fund during her first attempt. Recently, my aunt and uncle, her parents, came to me and asked if I'd be willing to give my cousin what's left of my fund to help her go back. I had some money left over because I got a scholarship during my last year, so there's still a decent amount sitting in that account. I told them I wasn't comfortable doing that. I've been saving that leftover money for grad school, or maybe to put it towards a house one day, and I don't feel like it's my responsibility to give it up just because she didn't finish school the first time. Now, my cousin and her parents are upset with me. My cousin says she needs it more, and that I'm being selfish for not helping her out when I have my entire education paid for. My aunt and uncle think I should give her the money because it's just sitting there, and they don't want her to take out loans. I get that student loans are tough, but I worked hard for my degree and saved that money for my future. I don't think I should be guilted into giving it up. Am I the asshole for refusing to give my cousin the rest of my fund? No.
No?
Quite simply, no. I don't think so.
I don't really why that question should even be asked in the first place.
I know. That's your money.
It's like...
You're not the asshole, but the cousin is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the parents for coming to you and being like, she needs it a little bit more. Why weren't you helping her out?
No, literally. And, we don't want her to
Dang,
take out
Abby.
loans. We don't want her to take out... Why didn't you encourage her to just finish school the first time?
Yeah.
Also, what's going to be different this time versus the first time she tried it and failed?
Exactly. How do you... I would be so mad.
I would too.
If I worked so hard in college and I had some money left over and my cousin was like, can I please get some money? And I gave it to them and they failed again. And they dropped out again. Oh my gosh, I'd be livid. Because what do you mean you gave up after I gave you my money? Hello? And it's the cousin had a college fund too. Let's not skip over that. You just didn't use it well. You didn't utilize it. That's your fault, not mine.
You did it to yourself, queen.
Did
Not
it to
queen.
yourself.
Not queen.
You did it to yourself, greedy creature. Okay,
Grinch.
you Grinch. you need to be. She needs to be put in her place.
She needs to be
it sounds like.
humbled.
It sounds like Mama and Papa maybe gave her a little too much, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because
I know exactly what you mean, unfortunately. And
I
I'm
don't
not gonna
think
say
anyone.
anything.
I don't think anyone who isn't a spoiled brat in their right mind would ever ask for someone else's college fund.
I hate even asking my own parents for money because I'm like, hey, so.
I think it says a lot for what you were saying with, her parents had to ask. It wasn't even that she asked.
Yeah.
It was her
Yeah.
parents had to ask, hey, can she have your money?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you can just tell she's always piggybacked off her parents to do it for her.
And I think maybe if she's really serious about going back to college after she failed the first time, I think maybe she should prove that she's serious. Maybe take out a couple loans, do it yourself, because honestly, like, I think people do deserve second chances. I'm a big, what's the word I'm looking for? Advocate for people getting second chances, but I feel like you have to prove that you deserve it.
Also, if I give you a second chance, there will not be a third.
Right.
Like, twice and you're done.
Right. So I feel like, this one's already been solved according to the website. It's not the a-hole, because you are not the a-hole for not wanting to give your money to your cousin, okay? Like, please.
I'd be like, go ask somebody else.
No, literally. Literally. It would be very different if you were, like, offering this money to her, but, like, that's not what's happening at all. This was not your idea. This was her parents' idea. Yeah. Sounds like she needs a reality check.
Yeah.
And I hope you don't feel any guilt for not wanting to give your money away, because that is, you be selfish with that, okay? Yeah. It's hard. Times is hard in America today. You know what I mean? In the world today,
this
okay?
This makes me mad in so many ways.
I
can't
know.
Even describe.
Like, please, if I could give any advice to young people out there right now in college, like, be a little selfish. Mm-hmm. This is your future. It's not anyone else's future. This is your future that you are building. Be a little selfish.
It matters what you think, not Nancy and Jerry and everyone else.
Nancy and Jerry and greedy Grinch. Okay. All right, so I think we're general consensus.
Yes.
Not the asshole. All right.
Moving on
to our next story. Am I the asshole for getting my student kicked out of college?
Oh, God.
I, 47 female, am an accounting teacher at a college, which I'm not going to name. Okay, period. Avoid that lawsuit, girl. I had a student, 19 male, in one of my classes. Whenever I saw him outside around the college, he would always be trying to talk to girls who would always ignore him and have a clear look of unease in their face.
I already feel like I know where this is going.
Apparently, he once urinated himself in another class because of some argument with another professor about going to the bathroom. Okay, you just clocked him. Like, I don't know what that has to do with the other thing, but, like, period, I guess. He's white, but tries very hard to fit into black culture by trying to speak as if he is from the hood. And that's what this says, by the way, as if he is from the hood. He even has his hair dreaded, and I'm pretty sure I've heard him say the N-word, soft A, which, like, still, with his friends who are black. But it was out of work hours for me, and I was already exhausted, so I just moved on. Throughout this academic year, whenever he enters the class, he would always say something like, "What's up?" or "What's good?" to me, and refer to me as something which sounded like slut or slug. I wasn't too sure what he was really saying, so I would just ignore it. Fast forward to a little over 2 weeks ago. He came in late and said, "What's up, my S?" to me, but at this point I was just fed up of it. And this time, it really sounded like he called me slut. So, already being frustrated, I decided to confront him and said, "Excuse me." And then he replied with, "What's wrong?" And I then asked him, "What did you just call me?" And he said, "I called you slat."
What?
What's up, slat? Like my homie, you know what I'm saying? And he went and sat down. After the lesson, I went to the administration and just reported him for calling me a slut. After questioning me for a bit, they said they'll sort it out. They also questioned him and asked for his side of the story. He was placed on suspension for a week while it was being discussed and investigated by administration. Turns out he's also referred to other professors as slut from what I've heard.
Oh.
The next week, he was expelled from college for violating the dignity and respect policy, which the college I work at takes very seriously. After I found out he was expelled, I started feeling kind of guilty that I may have caused it and possibly ruined his future. But I was also saying to myself that it was his fault for calling me and other professors a slut. A couple days later, I recalled him saying that he said slat. So after doing some Googling, I found out that it's an actual word which means slime love all the time, which is some word made up from a rapper. After connecting the dots, it added up since he seems to be obsessed with these rappers and the black culture and always uses random slang terms. Now I've realized I completely misheard him for calling me a slut when he was originally just saying slat and ended up getting him kicked out of college because of it. I feel very guilty. But at the same time, I feel like this is a consequence of him being an idiot, for a lack of better words, and his lack of social awareness. This might have been a huge life lesson for him. Am I the asshole?
I don't know how I feel right now. I'm being so honest.
This was kind of a roller coaster of
Yeah.
a story.
It's like, oh God. I don't want to say he is, but he isn't. Because obviously he's just a jerk in general.
Right. I mean, like, he did say the N-word.
Yeah, right.
But I don't want to make excuses for this person, this
Right.
student, because I
Right.
feel like he probably isn't a good person. However, this whole post is saying, I thought I heard him say
Yeah.
blank.
I know.
thought I heard him say this.
And I'm reading some of the comments. I like to do this before I make my decision because I'm like, what are other people saying? And this one says, I'm really curious about all the assumptions you seem to have made about this student without really knowing much about him. How are you sure that he is in fact white? How do you know he didn't grow up in a black household or community? How do you know that he was being inappropriate or insulting without ever actually interacting with him or talking to him about it?
That is very
It seems like you had a lot of assumptions formed about him purely based on appearance and things you heard from other people.
Well, also, I feel like if he were calling her that and she didn't like it, she should have said, don't call me that. Like,
No,
keep it-
literally. And it's like you ignored it for so long, and then the one time you were like, what did you just call me? And he explained to you that he called you slat, and you did. It's like you didn't really. I feel like you shouldn't.
I think she was just flabbergasted. but,
She
like,
probably was, because honestly, if somebody was mumbling to me, "What's up, slat?" I probably would be like, "Did you just call me a slut?" Like, I probably would say, I would say the same thing, because like I'm white, I don't say slat. That's not a part of my vocabulary. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know.
Well, also, if the other professors, whatever, thought that he was saying slut, why didn't they confront him about it either and just say something to him?
Right.
I just feel like that was a jump. Like a
Yeah.
conversation
I
could have been
know.
had.
I think-
some sort of punishment, but
Yeah.
not like instantly kicked out.
I do think being placed on suspension for a week was a good punishment, but being completely kicked out of the school was like a little too far.
Yeah, I think there definitely could have been a very good conversation between a lot of people here, and you jumped the gun a little bit.
I think it could be argued though that that wasn't the professor's fault. Like all
that's
she did,
true.
all they did was say, "Hey, they're saying some inappropriate stuff. It should be handled."
Yeah.
And then the administration and school thought, "Oh, gotta kick him out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we can't do anything else."
Like, did they even talk to him? I see
Yeah.
what you're saying, yeah.
And, like, I understand why you gave the context you did, like, you know, for his character. Like, he makes girls feel uncomfortable, apparently. I still don't know why you said he pissed himself. That felt a little bit like...
Yeah, why did you just expose
Yeah,
him?
I feel like maybe that was a little unnecessary
Expose.
because that has nothing to do here. But I don't know. It to me it really does sound like a kid trying to fit in. And I'm also not making excuses because
No.
you know, I you know, he said the N-word. Okay, he's white. He's not supposed to do
No,
that.
that's...
But I understand what it's like to want to fit in. You know what I mean? And maybe like this commenter said, maybe he just grew up around that. You know what I mean? Maybe he has black parents. Maybe he has a lot of black friends. You don't know his story. Maybe he's mixed and he's just, you know, very light-skinned. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there were a lot of assumptions made about him that were a little unfair.
It's also like, what if he was going through something at home and he just wanted somebody to talk to? Like, that's my slat. Like, that's my friend. Like, he just wanted...
And if he called you slime love all the time, like, that's kind of I feel like that's a compliment. You
I feel
know
like
what
that's
mean?
fu-
Like,
I think he's
like,
genuinely funny, but I think he's also a jerk, obviously. Like, he's not a good person.
Right.
But he's trying to be funny with his professors, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
I don't know who mentioned this earlier, but I know someone said that like you excused it for so long. You didn't say
Exactly.
anything. Like it says, but it was out of work hours for me and I was already exhausted, so I just moved on. You excused that behavior for so long.
Exactly. And the
You're
one
a problem.
time
You're part of the problem.
Exactly. And the one time that you let it get to you, you got so upset that it led to a bunch. I just think that maybe you could have handled this a little more professionally. But I don't think all the blame falls on you. I think a lot of the blame falls on the school board and
Yeah.
the administration because they also decided to expel this kid from school. This is a tricky situation. I don't think this kid is the asshole.
I think you're the asshole.
I think this kid needs maybe to find his group of
Yeah.
people and I think that's something we can all relate to. Shouldn't say the N-word. Don't say the N-word.
No,
You're the asshole for
don't.
saying that word. But I think this could have been handled a lot differently, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
he's an asshole in his own life, but I don't think he's an asshole in this situation, if that makes sense.
right. Like
She is, the professor is.
Yeah.
So we
we
agree? I think
we agree.
I think Abby agrees. She's just not paying attention.
It okay, girl. All right, shall we move on to the last and final?
Absolutely.
We should have made. Oh my gosh, I just realized we should have read Thanksgiving ones. If we'll get there. I'm not gonna spoil the episode. Okay. Am I the asshole college roommate situation? There's no context here, so I'm a little nervous to dive right in. To begin, my roommate and I are both from homes where we had our own rooms and space. My roommate asked me a long time ago before we moved into the dorm if he could put up lights as decoration. I, not wanting to be rude, said sure thing, no problem. I didn't care what he did with his side of the room. However, then I contracted COVID and have to quarantine off campus for a week. Okay, fine, whatever. All seems fine until I walk into my dorm on the first day and I see Christmas lights strung up all the way around the room, directly above my bed and partially in the way of where I keep my pantry goods and above my closet. This guy had to stomp and wallow all over my side of the room and specifically my bed in order to put these up. I then wait a day and tell him, hey, the lights have to go from my side. He gets very defensive and begins griping about how I said they were fine. However, we also had a conversation that we would split the room down the middle and not bother one another's sides. Sorry. I understood that he wanted to have them on his side, which is fine. However, instead, he goes and puts them all over the room while I'm gone. He was way overstepping in my opinion, as he was very obviously all over my side of the room. On my bed, above my expensive desktop setup, and near to the one thing I have hanging on the wall, which is a painting my significant other made for me. I explained to him that this is why I don't want them, and he shouldn't have done that. He tells me he wants to explode on me. What?
What?
Okay, pause. Freaky out. He wants to explode on me and tries to get me to buy him more command strips so he can hang the lights on his side.
Oh, hell no.
I told him if I have to spend $10 to stop an argument, I would, but I also said I don't feel like this is my responsibility at all, as I didn't ask him to hang them, and he basically did it behind my back. Am I the asshole?
I'm sorry, I think this is too funny.
This is a really funny, this is like a reality TV show situation that you found yourself in. But I don't think you're the asshole for not wanting him to, like, I almost just pulled everything off the desk. If I found out my roommate, like, stood on my bed to hang something up on my side of the room.
And that expensive stuff that he has over there.
Sentimental stuff.
And sentimental stuff. I would also be like, what the fuck? I think I would be more mad about the fact that your feet were on my bed. Like, I'm very
like, I don't want your dogs all over my bed.
Yeah. And I don't think you're the asshole. I think I'm sorry for laughing at your situation because this is very frustrating, but it's funny.
Question though.
Yeah.
I'm reading some of the comments and a good chunk of them are saying like, just go ahead and pay for the command strips.
No.
And just, it's going to be a long year.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I don't think I would want to pay for those command strips because that's not you. I didn't. No.
First of all,
I feel like it. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no.
Not again.
Oh my god.
Man, bruh.
I don't. Obviously, it's different for other universities, but at EKU, we are not allowed to have command strips, actually. So, if they were to be charged for that, and I'm the one that bought them, I wouldn't want to be the one getting in trouble.
We're not allowed to have command strips.
I'll say that's bad news for my
Bad
room.
news for me.
Yeah, like in Martin, the paint peels off, and like I think in like Telford and stuff, you can, but if it's like fresh paint, you can't. But if it's like the fresh paint, you can use thumbtacks.
So, housing, if you're watching this, do not come to my room.
Do not come to 307B.
Yeah. I've had room inspections before, and I never got called out on it. But also, like, how would they know?
They're not gonna check behind the poster.
Can you take down every single thing on your walls so we can check? Okay.
I feel like it's almost like they had a conversation about how their space will be separate and they'll have their own personal space.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like implied also that it's obviously not around the whole room. I have lights up and I literally have them as soon as it would go into my dorm
Yeah.
mate space, I cut him off and like
Yeah.
drove down. And I feel like that's just implied. So
I
it's
know.
like
And you already had the discussion about splitting the room in half. So I think also you were quarantined. You couldn't even stop, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna
He-
say, like, he not only did he wait until you were gone, but also, like, at one point, were you stepping on the other person's bed where did you not stop and think, maybe I shouldn't be over at this space right now?
The way that I would be so petty and I would go lay on his bed and just do.
I would start like putting up the ugliest mother effing decorations on his side of the room, like, you know, just like, oh, I thought it was, you know, shared space. I thought, you know, like.
I would put like a picture of like my boyfriend or girlfriend, you know, whoever on his side of the room and be like, look at that.
Oh, that's strange.
Look. But
Match
okay,
the energy.
stepping
Match the
on
energy, that's
his
true.
bed is strange.
That is very strange. I think we can all agree that you're not the asshole, and I'm glad we had a bit of a funny, a very funny situation
Listen,
here.
whenever it says we also had a conversation that we would split the room right down the middle, it makes me think of like there's a divider like
Yeah.
right in the middle.
Did you guys watch Liv and Maddie?
Yes.
Do you remember that episode where they were like, we have to split the room in half, and one of them says, I call the bottom half?
Choose wisely. You'll never be able to set foot in the other half again.
I choose the bottom half.
And then, so one of them has to live only on the top half of the room?
Is that Liv and Maddie?
Yes, because it was Parker and Joey.
It was Parker and
Yeah.
Joey.
Don't play with, I don't play
Oh
about
my
my
God.
Disney Channel shows, okay? Like, listen.
I
was
loved
all up
that
on
show.
those. Okay. Did you stand Liv or Maddie?
I think you know my answer.
I stand, was it Liv who was the sporty girl?
No, that was Maddie.
That was Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie was always.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I do play.
Maddie
you know what
was
I mean?
wearing the ponytail and she was the basketball girl, and Liv was like the singer and actress.
Okay, I think I liked Liv. But only, I really liked Willow.
Willow was
The best friend of
Yes,
Maddie?
she was
very funny.
literally my spirit animal.
her and Joey.
Okay, listen, at the end they were really cute, and
They
I
were
thought
really
it was
cute.
funny that she was
They were
just
really
like, I'm obsessed with him, but he's literally such a nerd. But
I
like me
know.
too.
Me too, girl. Me too. Okay,
Anyways,
I think that's all we have for today from the glorious website Reddit. Let's get into Hot or Not, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're projecting that we're gonna have 2 more episodes, including this one, before we leave for winter break. So today we're gonna be talking about Thanksgiving food. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And then next time, I guess we'll talk about Christmas.
Christmas,
Christmas time.
Christmas,
Christmas.
Christmas,
Mary Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler.
So today we're gonna get started with our Thanksgiving sides, hot or not. I guess not all sides, just food. So Rose, do you wanna take it away?
Yes, I want to go first. Mac and cheese.
Period. Hot, hot.
I eat it all the time, but during Thanksgiving, whenever I see like the big bowl of like
Give
the
me that.
yellow creamy mac and cheese, I'm just like, oh my god.
And-
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I think it's very hard to mess up mac and cheese.
Oh yeah.
I disagree.
Really?
I think it is very hard to mess up mac and cheese, but people still find a way.
You know what? You're right. I've had some mid mac and cheese, and I swear, if I come to someone's house on Thanksgiving and they have like Kraft mac and cheese, I'm about to crash out. I like Kraft. Don't get me wrong.
But on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Would you
at least
rather-
get Bob Evans?
Would you rather have Kraft mac and cheese or no mac and cheese? On Thanksgiving specifically.
No mac and cheese.
I don't know. I like.
Gen Z
mac and
cancel
cheese
me.
so much. No, both of my parents. So my parents are divorced, but they both know like whenever they cook Thanksgiving dinner, they know to make mac and cheese because I will literally be like,
I
"Where's
feel
the
like
mac and cheese?"
Yeah, it's one of the staple foods of Thanksgiving.
My family sometimes doesn't have it, and every single year without fail, I will point it out.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah.
hello.
Where is it?
Where?
I'll
Because
make
like
it
I
right
thought this was
now.
Thanksgiving. Like I thought this was Thanksgiving.
Like I'll make it for you.
Okay, well, I'm glad we all agree. We love mac and cheese. But if you're just gonna put Kraft on the table, go get Bob Evans. Okay. Like-
Okay, you can do one of your hots next.
Okay. I am a self-proclaimed Southerner, okay? I know I don't really have a Southern accent, but I come from a lot of Southern family, and a big thing for us, sweet potato casserole.
Sweet potato casserole.
Oh, y'all. When I tell you this is like one of my favorite things ever, because it's so... Okay, when you get the sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows on top and the brown sugar,
I'm sorry.
and it's like, she doesn't like it, and that's okay. Differing opinions. Y'all, it's so good. It's so good. And it's almost like it can be a side or a dessert. You can have that right next to your pumpkin pie, okay? Like, you can have that right next to whatever you want to eat for dinner or dessert. Like,
What's everyone's favorite pie for Thanksgiving?
now, this is getting a little controversial. I'm not a big pumpkin pie fan.
I'm not either.
I love some cherry pie versus some pumpkin pie.
Cherry pie. I've never actually had cherry pie at Thanksgiving.
See,
My family does pecan pie.
Oh, I
Love pecan pie.
I need some
love-
privacy when you put a slice of pecan pie in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, I need a room alone.
Like,
I love
Mama got
pumpkin.
this. Okay, Mama got this.
Like, I love pumpkin everything. I just don't like pie in general. But if I do, it would be like a little Dolly Parton pie kit with like
Yeah.
the really thin crust that you buy from like Walmart.
Listen, y'all, I may be chronically online, but have you seen the Emily Mariko?
Yes, the watery pie.
pumpkin pie. Now, if you put that in front of me at the dinner table, we're going to have some crosswords. And I'm not even, like, I don't even mess with pumpkin pie like that, but, like, what was that?
That was a disgrace.
What was that? I guess maybe, can we put a clip up? I don't know. It
I
doesn't
will.
matter. Just look up on TikTok, Emily Mariko, watery pie, medium rare pumpkin pie,
I
any
can
of those.
hear Abby scribbling with the pencil. Put in
3223 Emily Morocco.
Yeah. Is that how you say your last name?
I have no clue.
I'm sure you guys know who we're talking about. Salmon Girl. She did
Salmon Girl?
she did the like
With the rice
salmon
and
bowl
salmon.
with the rice and the seaweed.
Oh.
Like that was her big thing, and then she made that pie, and everyone was like, "Oh,
Well, anyways, I'm
Anyways.
just a picky eater in general. I'm just weird. Everyone knows I'm weird. So, but potatoes, I'm sorry. Potatoes are not supposed to be sweet. They are potatoes. It's potatoes and dessert. You can't have both.
whatever."
You can't have both. Now, mashed potatoes and baked potatoes, I can go hard on.
Yeah, and I was gonna put mashed potatoes with the skins. I love them skins. Okay, that's where all the
Yes.
the nutrients are. Because low key, potatoes are kind of like not a very good vegetable for you. You know, we talk about how good vegetables are for you, but like potatoes, corn,
Green vegetables.
green vegetables
Green
are good for you.
vegetables.
Potatoes. Anyways, let's
green vegetables.
yeah. What's your next hot?
Turkey.
Turkey.
My mom hates turkey, so we never have it. But my dad always has it, and I'm like, thank you, God.
Yes.
But I
Lord.
think, like, honestly, if you just go and buy like a little rotisserie, like pre-made turkey, and you want to say that you made it,
I'll turn a blind eye.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Listen, I'm not Mr. Turkey. I'm not the turkey expert. If you
Yeah.
hand me a rotisserie turkey from like a nice place, like a nice grocery store, I'll eat it.
Is that the thing, or do they just make rotisserie
I think
chicken?
they might just make rotisserie chicken. But hey, if you put that in front of me, I'll also eat
Store-bought turkey. Okay.
Turkey.
Chicken and
Now,
turkey.
if you give me like deli slices of turkey on Thanksgiving, I'm gonna look at you like, what?
Where's the
Like,
bread for the
where-
sandwich?
Like, which speaking of,
Mhm.
Sister Schubert's rolls.
Mm.
And I think that's really all I have to say. Because if y'all don't know who Sister Schubert is, let me tell you. She's a beautiful woman. She's on the packaging for all of her products. And she makes great
Yes,
bread.
the Hawaiian rolls, guys.
She's lovely. I'm sure she's a lovely person. She makes Hawaiian rolls?
Well, that's what Abby was showing, I thought. Aren't they
No,
the
those
ones
were
in the
like
little tins?
okay. There's two kinds of Sister Schubert
Yes,
rolls.
those.
And there's ones in the tin, and those are good too, but my favorite ones are the like square ones.
Yeah, like the one, these are Hawaiian.
Yes.
These are
Yes.
Hawaiian rolls, but those are like rolls.
Yeah, like the dinner roll, and they're like about yay big, and they're squarish. Oh my gosh,
I
y'all.
just spit everywhere when
I
said
think
that.
honestly, I could just eat a pan of those and be happy.
They're cinnamon rolls.
Oh my god.
So pictures on the screen.
So we're gonna
Professional
have
inquiries
Sister Schubert
wanna know.
cinnamon rolls at some point in here.
Next
because
episode,
next
we'll bring it
episode,
in.
We'll
No,
bring it
for
in.
meeting for the
Like,
next proofing edition, we need to
Smacking
bring.
my lips while we're trying to
rolls.
read. I'm getting like cinnamon all over my computer talking about some Am I the Asshole? I am. Okay, sorry.
You want to do our knots?
Yeah, let's go. I'll let you start because you started with the hot.
This is pretty controversial, guys. Don't hate me. Ham. I just don't. I don't like ham.
I just need to
sorry.
clarify. Like, are you talking about all kinds of ham, or just like the roast ham, baked ham?
See, if it's on like a sandwich, like if we're making like a ham sandwich, I just don't like. What is it? Like the sweet ham.
See, I really, going back, love me some country ham, y'all. It's salty enough to kill a man, but
Like ham is bacon. Like bacon, I love, but not just regular ham.
no, y'all gotta try country ham. I swear,
No.
it's life changing. And that's not really a main course. That's like I put it in the Sister Schubert roll. I make a little Sammy, y'all. Good. It's good.
No, you
But
dip the roll into the mac and cheese.
I'm sorry, I was not on board with what you just said, but
I told y'all I'm a weirdo.
no, it's okay. It's okay. I put I'm very particular about my sides on Thanksgiving. I put mashed potatoes and green beans on top of my mashed potatoes. That's the only way I eat them together.
See, this is my problem. I don't like my food to touch.
I'm the same way. When I
And
have
I get
God.
that.
when I have all my food on that plate, like they are in their separate corners.
We at my I need to show y'all this. Actually, I don't need to show y'all this. I can just talk about it. At my great grandma's, we have like trays that have like there's styrofoam trays that
God
have,
bless your
too.
great grandma.
we
God
have
bless.
we have like dividers.
Yeah.
And it's like so beautiful because if you don't want your food to touch, it ain't touching. But if
Yeah.
you want your food to touch, it'll touch. Okay, and that's really the only thing that I mix is mashed potatoes and green beans, because I see some people mixing like everything together. And I'm like, that is sludge. You can't even enjoy the flavors of each individual thing.
My dad don't even care. He slaps it on the plate and eats it. And I'm like, you are an animal.
Yeah.
You are an animal.
Yeah, I fear you are. Okay, but no. I guess I'll get into my not now. Cranberry sauce. Overrated. Okay, like I've tried it with turkey. I've tried it by itself. I've tried it with everything you're supposed to try it with, and I'm not a fan. I don't really like cranberries in general. They're very bitter.
Yeah.
And like cranberry juice, great for a UTI, but other than that, I'm not drinking it. Sorry.
I'll drink cranberry and grape juice, but cranberry by itself, I'm just like.
I like cran pineapple. If you guys have never had cran pineapple, it's very good. Ocean Spray makes a very good cran pineapple juice.
It's good for when you have your wisdom teeth taken out.
Yeah?
Hot take.
Is that a hot take?
I also heard it was the same way for pineapple juice.
Yeah,
If you
it's
have
like
it-
if you drink a bunch before.
No, I meant
you're
like cran pineapple.
Oh, like a little mix.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little mix, okay. We all know that, pineapple juice has it's got a lot of benefits. Okay? So drink up, y'all. Drink up.
Drink up.
Okay, what's your next knot? This is controversial.
I don't want to say it now that you said that.
Okay, it can't be any more. Okay, just say it.
Stuffing.
You said something earlier, Abby, that I agree with. It depends on what stuffing it is.
It depends on who's making it, what's
Yeah.
inside of it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. What is it? What is its purpose?
It's good.
Stuffing, it's good, but like we were talking about, like it just depends.
And I really
It's
think
a hit or miss.
I agree. I like it better when it's not made inside the turkey.
See, people put it inside the turkey, and I'm
That's
like, why would you
weird.
ruin this beautiful
And I know
turkey?
that was the original purpose of it, was to put it inside the turkey, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Cuz like it at the end of the day, it really is just like breadcrumbs mushed up with some seasoning. Whatever, it's good, but it depends.
Yeah.
It really depends, cuz some people make it like weird and way too bland.
It's
I
this.
guess.
It's kind of the same way like mac and cheese, where
Yes.
it could get messed up very quickly.
Right. I agree.
Abby is gonna be our connoisseur if we have like a bacon
Connoisseur?
contest. Yeah.
Like connoisseur?
yeah, whatever.
Connoisseur?
I have a southern accent
She's gonna be our connoisseur for stuffing.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I'm having a lot of fun with this episode. I almost don't want it to end because I have my last knot here. I just went offline. Maybe it won't end. No, I'm kidding. Oysters. Okay, y'all, don't look at me like that. I know somebody's looking at their screen like, what are you talking about? Oysters. This is Thanksgiving. I
Who
guess
serves oysters
My family serves oysters at Thanksgiving every year, and it's not even just one of my family members. It's both sides of my family, my mom's side and my dad's side. They both do it. So like my dad's side, they do rolled oysters. Gross. And then my mom's side does oyster casserole.
Ugh.
I just hate seafood in general.
Which, okay, y'all, I'm Southern. I love a good casserole. Hash brown casserole, yum. Broccoli cheddar, yum. There's a lot of good casseroles out there. Oyster casserole, y'all gotta be kidding me. That's like Resident Evil food. Okay, I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about.
That's straight up slop.
That is slop.
I mean this in the most respectful way I can possibly think of. Your parents are disgusting.
Okay, it's not just them. It's
Your
a family. My family's disgusting.
How long have they been doing this? Like for a while, or is this a new
Decades.
This is a family tradition, y'all. And I'm gonna pull up a picture of oyster casserole so y'all can understand.
I feel like
this is exactly what it looks like.
If there were a reasoning behind it, like an inside joke.
It looks like vomit.
Let me see.
Oh.
Ew.
And like I love my family. I love my great grandma, but y'all gotta stop with this oyster casserole.
I thought you were gonna say I love vomit.
I don't love vomit. Oh, this one really looks bad. Look at that.
Show the audience.
I'll show the
Oh my god.
Let me zoom in.
Oh my god.
Because I think there's just something about
It's so like
Gray.
profoundly gray.
it's profoundly gray, and I seriously, let me pull up a picture of Resident Evil food because I need you guys to understand that this is gross.
There's like a scene in SpongeBob where there's like
it literally looks like this.
Like this.
The nasty patty. Y'all,
nasty.
look at this. That's oyster casserole. What the game devs don't want you to know. And there's a cockroach by it. Like, that's probably more appetizing than oyster casserole.
It looks like it should have those like comical like green air things coming off of it.
And like they put it into a dish and it has like a skull and crossbones on it because it's just
You know that one
you're not supposed to eat it.
I'm referencing SpongeBob again where it goes like that's what it looks like.
We should have a soundboard. We should start
I
playing
have a
sounds.
soundboard over here.
What do you have on there?
Don't play it right now.
Okay, it's not working right now, but
Oh, okay.
I'll work on it, and one of those sounds will be on the soundboard.
It probably doesn't do it if you're recording.
What? What? That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, y'all.
Guys, I'm in a silly goofy mood.
I'm in a silly goofy mood too. I'm like just chatting at this point. We've lost the plot a little bit.
I have a we're quick, since we're entering holiday season. Do you guys have any like traditions or games that you play with your family?
Oh my god.
Traditions and games. Let's think.
Because I know I was talking to, I don't know who I shared it with, but like me and my family do that thing where there'll be like a gift card inside of saran wrap, inside of like paper gift wrap and stuff, and you have mittens and you have to like
The big ball.
yeah, and you have to like try to unravel it, and
Yeah.
the last one who like does it under a certain amount of time wins.
I've done that before with my family, but that's not like a yearly thing we do. I think the biggest tradition that my family has is arguing.
That's I'm gonna put that on my shirt.
and getting profusely drunk while drinking wine drunk, if you will. Those are my family's two favorite traditions, at least on my dad's side. Not to clock their body tea or whatever people are saying nowadays.
If we ever had merch, that quote would be on it. My family's tradition is arguing.
Like the scene from The Bear.
Yeah. And on my mom's side, I would say our tradition is like, oh my gosh, the youngest person has to say grace. So for a long time, it was me until someone else was old enough. Because it's like, okay, not the youngest person, because like a baby can't say grace, but like.
Imagine.
Goo gaga.
Did you guys know I could do that? I can make baby noise.
Do that again. That's practicing for like 5 years from now.
That was terrifying.
I know, I get that reaction a lot. And honestly, if anybody wants to contact me to make baby noises for their movie so they don't have to hire a baby, let me know.
Can you do it again one more time?
I feel like imagine that being in like a horror movie.
No, because
Like a
you know,
baby
you know,
is
You know what that roommate we were talking about earlier that felt like he was overstepped his boundaries? In the middle of the night, he just needs that sound to start playing.
and you know what's crazy? Oh my gosh. So one time I did that for somebody, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you could be one of those people that hides outside women's doors." What are you talking about, by the way? But like, you guys know about that? How people will like, oh my gosh, it's a very common thing where like serial killers will play baby noises outside a woman's doorstep to try and get her
that. I
to
do know what
like
you're talking
open the
about.
door and look outside.
One
Yeah.
day
And
we
so
should have,
somebody
a
was like, you should do that, but they were like, oh my gosh, you could totally do that. And I was like, why would I ever do
Yeah.
that? But anyway.
One day we should talk about serial killers on here. I feel
We
like that'd
have
be
talked
fun.
about this before. Well, not talked about serial killers, but we have mentioned like true crime. Okay, I think we're nearing the end of the episode. I think we've just been this has turned into
a yap set.
a yap session, and I've had a lot of fun. I hope you have too, if you've stuck around for this long.
Yeah.
Have you had fun?
Honestly, I feel like this is like us coded though, because this is like us in real life.
Yeah,
talking to Abby plus whoever is on here.
Right. Have you had fun, Abby?
I've had the most fun ever.
I
Aw.
think, and everybody in the comments better be very welcoming and happy that Abby has joined us, because she has been a light in this podcast.
Honestly.
We are very happy to have her, and get used to it, because this is the concept moving forward.
I'm blushing behind camera right
Also,
now.
Abby has like her own job where she works in the podcast like studio.
Oh yeah, she produces
Yeah. So her
podcasts for multiple
taking
people.
the time to do this is incredible.
Yeah. So
She
everyone comment
does-
thank you, Abby, and go check out Maroon Sports Talk.
Yes, that's
That's
that the
another
only
one
you
that
produce?
you.
Yeah, that's only ones we got going on right now.
Okay, so 2 podcasts, but that's still very, very impressive in producing and editing and posting 2 podcasts. On top of being a full-time student and, working, that's awesome.
Couldn't have done it without 2 very great and amazing hosts.
Don't make me blush.
Yeah, don't give us big heads like that, bruh.
But we hope you've enjoyed this episode. We'll catch you
Yes.
again at least one more time before Christmas break to, give you guys a little, oh my gosh, what if, and this is just a what if, we could do like a Zoom podcast over.
Stop, because I thought about that.
I was
thought about
actually
that
going to
too.
ask this closer to break. If we all
Yeah.
wanted to have a Zoom podcast, I am more than happy to
I
do
think
that.
That would be fun.
And I could actually have a face.
Oh my gosh, yes! Abby could have a face, and what if we could get our pets on camera?
Oh, I have a small little wiener dog who loves attention, so he would love that.
I have a big old golden doodle. He's massive,
I
but
can
he
just
would
give
love
you
it.
all a tour of my house, because there's normally a pet in every room.
We could do the house tour episode. We could do we live stream our family Christmas.
We live stream the family arguments on Thanksgiving.
Y'all, this is crazy. Aunt Linda just, you know what I mean? I don't actually have an Aunt Linda. But I wanted to say that for the joke. Anyways, much to come. Love this podcast.
Yes.
Love you guys. Thanks
We
for
love
watching.
you.
Do you have anything to add?
Good luck on finals. I know
luck.
it's coming up very, very soon, which is crazy. We hope you had a safe Halloween,
Yes, I hope everyone had fun. I did.
but not too much fun.
Not too much fun. Legal fun, for the most part. And I know we've been trying to get this on the up. Not a lot of people are filling out that form, so you know what? We'll stick with Reddit for now.
Yeah.
It's okay, but if you do have a burning question or a burning, let me see. We didn't actually really check the form before we started filming. I'll check it.
After we're done with the episode.
I don't even know how much access, if I have the proper access to the form anymore, because it was owned by someone else. But I digress.
Someone we work with said that he might put something on it.
Oh,
I won't say who, but we might be able to guess who our #1 supporter is.
we do have a lot of supporters. Thank you to our supporters, by the
Yes.
way.
Our very close friends, like the only people that
the
watch
people
this
that watch this podcast.
podcast.
But yeah, if you're watching this, you are a very close friend.
You are a very
You are
close
my special
friend.
friend. Okay.
All
I think
right.
we should probably wrap this up.
Yes, for real this time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a wonderful day, night,
Whatever.
afternoon.
We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.